Exactly.
Oh, okay. On the topic of not getting it, I've got a question.
Yes.
So, you know how there's been this massive debate about bathrooms and like how, you know, whether we should have just one bathroom for everyone to go into.
Yes.
I do know a story that you have.
Yes, I do have a story.
And yeah, do you want to share it?
I will share this story. So one of the probably like the worst experiences I had to do with gender, like like at school, like the bathrooms were just like hellholes anyway because it's high school. But I actually had an amazing teacher who let me use disabled bathrooms because he was a legend.
That's
this is
nice.
for you, Mr. Conway.
Cool name.
He was great. He was just like, this fucking child is suffering. Let's give them their own bathroom. But it was like in the art department and it was like hidden, so like not many people knew that it was there in the first place. He was like, don't tell anyone. And I was like,
And it would be clean.
yeah, it was. It was so clean. But yeah, so you know, when I did go into bathrooms like in high school, it was like I would get kind of mocked and teased. But like, when would I not? So it was just kind of like whatever. But no, I had an experience that has made me hate service stations. I hated them already, but I double, triple hate them now. So me and my family, I think it's just me, my parents, and my sister, were driving down to England. I think it was probably to see some family. It might have been a wedding. Can't quite remember, but
How old were you?
probably 13, maybe 14. I was like at that stage of like puberty where you're like kind of lanky and like crouchy. Like the mood swings had really hit in. You know? And I at that time was really dressing extremely masculine, and I was wearing like a trackie and a hoodie. And I only ever wore like black because black is the manliest color. Like it is when you look at men's fashion. Like it's just black. And I was wearing trainers and I had like a hoodie. I think I had like a cap. I was like proper. I was a teenage boy and I looked like a teenage boy and I acted like one and I was moody and annoying and all the characteristics that you need for that position.
Check. I was like, check.
And so we'd been traveling for ages, so we stopped at a service station, and service stations suck because they're busy and gross and you're like kind of groggy and everyone's a bit groggy, you know? And because it's a service station, I need to pee. So I like always had a thing where it was like you would stand between the two toilets and I'd like look between them and be like, what one's mine? And I think it's because of a few experiences I had, but this one in particular was that I went in, I went into the women's obviously, and I did the pee like you do in a toilet, and I came out and when I had first went in, there was this lady and she had like was going in at the same time I was going in, and she kind of gave me like a look, like a side eye, you know, like a you know, and I was just kind of like thought, you know, like when you have social anxiety, you just think everybody's staring at you.
Yeah.
So I was just like, another one of those. I went to pee and I came out and I was washing my hands, and she was behind me and she was like, what are you doing in here? Like really aggressively. And I was just stunned. I didn't know what to do, so I did the whole fight or flight and I just like reverted inwards, and I was just like, my hands were like there and I was like dripping and I was like
that's my sweat dripping.
I was like,
from my hands.
excuse me. And she came all right up in my grill, like proper in my space, and was like, you're not meant to be in here, this is not the bathroom for you, and was like,
oh my god,
get out, like what are you doing? And she was like a proper like middle-aged woman, you know, like a maybe like 60 or something.
What a bitch.
And she was really hostile and horrible and so angry at me for being there. And I was like, why am I being attacked right now? And I like didn't even dry my hands. I just like ran out. I was like totally shook. Now I'd be like, I wanted to pee, like
fuck off.
Do I need to prove my bits to you? Like get away. Which would have made her so uncomfortable, and that would have been kind of funny. But anyway, so I ran out.
Imagine you take down your pants. Are you happy now? Like, what the fuck did you want to know?
Yeah, like what?
Yeah,
like
what are you gaining?
And it's
from
not,
this?
it wouldn't even like that's. It's just she was very horrible, and I ran out. I didn't even dry my hands. I was like wet, and it was like I didn't even know what to like do. I actually didn't tell my parents or my sister about it because I just felt very embarrassed. I was like, I feel like that wouldn't have happened to anyone but me. So I felt really embarrassed, but it was weird because I felt conflicted because I was like, I think I like walked by a mirror and I was like, ooh, I real do look like a boy right now, like uber duper. And I was like, shit, like she totally thought I was like an actual lanky, authentic teenage boy. And I felt good. Yeah. Because I was like, that's what I wanted. So I actually felt great, like inside. There was like a little bubbly. And then I felt really bad because I was like,
that was so aggressive.
Is this really what's going to happen when I go into toilets? And like it had happened at school, but like it was a different thing with teenagers because they were assholes anyway. So it was just kind of... It was like the fact that it was like a grown middle-aged woman who was being really aggressive, and I just didn't expect that. I expected her to just be, do her business, put some lip liner on, I don't know, like what normal middle-aged women do, I don't know. But I just was like so shook, and it made me upsetting. Even more anxious about bathrooms because like even if you go into a bathroom that's like the one for your genitalia, it doesn't mean you're not gonna get like, especially if you're kind of non-conforming in a certain way, like that doesn't mean